Lifehacker is a big fan of open source software and an ethos of freedom, security, and transparency that often drives such projects, but software development and upkeep are not cheap, and even the most capable open source developers need help now and again. Luckily, GitHub just made it a lot easier to directly support projects and programmers you care about. Just, Patreon, go do you. Goodbye. GitHub introduced their own. GitHub, one of the largest repositories for hosting open source projects, now lets users donate to projects, teachers, coders, and other users who host their work on the platform. The system is akin to Patreon and other creator-supported platforms, letting sponsors set a monthly donation amount, while creators can create benefit levels to encourage sponsors to contribute more each month. You want to know what my thoughts are on this? GitHub, it's about time. Thank you for finally listening to your community. Because you did good. I mean, GitHub wouldn't exist without it. So just don't jump off the deep end. You're doing fine, okay? I'm glad you finally decided to roll this out, because the creators, there's no reason that they need to go to Patreon and say, well, support us on Patreon and it goes to GitHub. It's like, just introduce it on GitHub. I like this. So, how to sponsor a developer on GitHub? Well, in order to sponsor one, you'll first need a GitHub account. Now, once you've signed up, you can sponsor another user by clicking the pink heart-shaped sponsor icon next to their profile name. Users who are sponsoring others will have a sponsoring icon as well. Note that not all developers will have access to this feature at first, but if you are interested, you should sign up for the sponsors beta waitlist at github.com/sponsors. The sponsor feature is currently in beta and will remain so for the next year. During that time, GitHub will likely be making changes to the system in response to user feedback and usage metrics, but both sponsors and developers will have a few perks during those first 12 months. First, all the transaction fees will be waived for sponsors. These will be implemented once the beta period is over. On the other hand, to incentivize open source developers to use the sponsorship service, Microsoft has pledged to match up to $5,000 in contributions made in the first year. Now, while GitHub's sponsorship program will potentially help open source coders make a living or supplement their income after work, there's a valid counter argument to monetary incentives for developers. Open source software is normally developed to solve a problem or create a free alternative to otherwise premium and or centralized applications or services. The concern with these monetization models is that they could ostensibly put pressure on creators to focus on developing software that earns the most money and neglect more niche products. Well, right, there's a fine line to balance between that. Minecraft did really well for a certain amount of time, and then they just went, Notch's Island, there goes, bye! So, that said, monetary support isn't a new concept in the open source world. Plenty of open source developers have tip jars on platforms like PayPal or Ko-Fi, and many free applications include and encourage contribution to donation links. So, here's your thoughts on that. And if you're interested, well, github.com has more information for you.